Sunday services are a lot of fun because moi. I do have a sense of humor. And before I get started with the rules and stuff like that, Douglas wants to talk to you because when you're talking, we want to hand you a mic so that everybody can hear you because we are recording this. So like if you miss something, you can go back home and watch it. But so that you know how to hold the mic.
Thank you. So I'll be working with folks on this side, and my wife, Deb, over there will be handling this side with another microphone. So the purpose of getting a microphone is so that you can communicate back and forth with Reverend Sharon, and also so everybody in the room can hear you. So when you get a mic, it's important to hold it up to your mouth like this. Just think ice cream cone is what I always say, because if you're not used to talking into a microphone, most people hold it down here and you can't hear anything. So that's the only little thing to remember. Thank you.
Thank you. All right, so again, I want to welcome you here to the Unity of Dayton. And we do have a lot of wonderful things that are going on. So check us out. Check out the calendar of events. And last Saturday, we actually did a tea party where we did tea leaf readings. It had no spiritual connection at all. It was just fun, and we had fun. All right, so I want to go over the rules or what you can learn to expect. So one of the things that I've learned is that whatever I'm getting from the other side is right. It's either my interpretation or your memory, or sometimes I say you have psychic amnesia. You're just so nervous you're not thinking about it. And you get home and you go, oh, yeah, because I had about 15 people contact me after they got home. Oh, yeah, this would have been mine. All right. So, but they're right. It's, again, my interpretation. And an example that I will talk about each time is over 20 years ago, I was doing a group in North Carolina, and for about 20 minutes, I argued with a lady about a three-legged horse. And she kept saying, and she was kind of like, nope, nope, nope. And the guy on the other side was getting really mad. And so what I was doing was, all I could see was this three-legged horse, and I didn't know if it was a ceramic horse that somebody broke the leg off and glued it back on and thought Grandma never knew. I didn't know if they had a horse that day threw a shoe. I didn't know if there was a horse with a limp. I didn't know if there was a horse with 3 white legs and 1 black leg. I'm going through everything that I can do to acknowledge this three-legged horse, and he's getting really mad at this point because it's like, first of all, it's wasting everybody's time, And I says, look, he's getting really mad about this because he says, you know what this is. And she goes, it was a mule. I'm not that good. So if they're telling me new car and your neighbor just gave you one and it doesn't have an engine, it counts, okay? So to me, it's kind of important. But what I get's right, that interpretation can be wrong. I get a chicken in a rope, and I'm like, who tried to lasso the chicken? Who tried to teach the chicken to fly? I mean, I just go through the process that I can in the way that it's being given to me. People on the other side will come through with their personality that they had in life, because if they didn't, you wouldn't know who they were, right? And if your mom comes through and says, oh, she's riding a cloud unicorn, well, that's not going to make any sense to you unless she said, I'm going to ride a cloud unicorn when I get to heaven. So it's like they really come in with personality things. Now, they will talk about things that may have just happened, a conversation you may have just had on the way over, but they will talk about recent things, not just up until the time that they passed. All right, so that's important to understand that because they're wanting you to know what? They still exist. They're still part of your life. They know what's going on in your life. And that brings a lot of healing into that. People do not come through saying, tell them they were an ass and I hate their guts. Okay, so you don't have to worry about that. There's always, there might be that they said that they were an ass and they're giving an apology. But they're not going to come in and condemn you for being the person that you are. Now, I have been known to give away secrets. So I've talked about people having an affair or whatever, and if you don't want me, and if you keep denying it, they just give me more and more information. So like if you get it, you want me to hush, you just say, I get it, and then I can move on, because they're just making those acknowledgments. But I've given away surprise birthday parties, all kinds of stuff. Because, we didn't want anybody to know, but they knew more than you wanted them to by the time I get done with it. And they do come in with their personality and that sense of humor or whatever that they had while they were living. But it's a very caring situation. Now, sometimes we do hear from people that we would have rather have not heard from. So we might have had that person that we really didn't like in our life. Maybe we had a stepfather that we just didn't like, or we didn't like our mother or something. When they come in, if you immediately say, I don't want to talk to them, then anybody that was connected with you, it's kind of like hangs up the phone and walks away. So be open, because sometimes they need to say what they're going to say, and I promise they're not going to tell you you're a horrible person. They need to say what they're going to say so that they can move out of the way and let the other people you want to hear from in. When I give information, a lot of times it doesn't just belong to one person in the audience. A lot of times 2 or 3 people can understand most of that story. I might just be focused on one person, but it doesn't mean that what I'm saying doesn't go to you. So please take what you feel is ownership for you and move that forward into that process. So own it is where I'm going. But I'm going to focus on whoever's loudest on the other side. Also, when I do this, if there was 60 people in the audience, I have like 500 people on the other side. So we're not all going to get something, okay? So there's a large crowd, and don't think that they didn't show up. And before we get started, I want to ask you to put out your invitation, if you haven't already, to who you want to hear from. And I want you to do your best to take a breath and let it go, because if everybody's doing, come on, Mom, come on, honey, come on, whoever, it's like hitting me in the head with ping pong balls, okay? So kind of like do your best to let it go. And once you're here, I ask that you not leave. You can go to the bathroom. But if you leave, it will stop the session. And then when it stops the session, it will stop the session, and when you leave and you roll over in bed tonight, I fall out and I'm sick for about 2 weeks because that connection did not close properly. So it's like, so be respectful, and if it stops, the other people are losing what they're getting. But if you're having a heart attack, going into insulin shock, or having a baby, let me know, because we will break the session, okay? So I don't want you coming through during the session because you felt like you couldn't leave. All right. How long do people have to be passed to come through? I've had people pass during a session that we didn't know about, right? I've had people pass and come through, but nobody could acknowledge them until they got home and that it made sense. I've had people that have been gone over 50 years, so it depends on how close they are in your life. If you didn't know them, chances are they're not going to show up. Now, sometimes if somebody was coming with you and they changed their mind and didn't come, stuff for them still might come through. So if you know that's who it belongs to, take ownership of it so that, again, that message can be shared. Go home, charge them $20 and tell them what you got. Okay? But because, too, that appointment was set on the other side. All right. So I ask that you not plunder in your purse. So, like, if you like to go through and get wrappers or do stuff, it makes this kind of noise, and again, it distracts me. So if you're going to get cough drops or something, get them out now, open them up, because it just makes it easier for me. Don't wander about or stand. It makes me feel like I'm really boring, and I take it personal. So don't talk among yourselves unless I'm giving somebody something and the person, you're not owning it, but the person beside you knows that it's yours. Say, we had pizza today. Why are you saying no? Okay, so feel free to remind them of what that might be that I'm sharing. All right, you might not understand this, and if you don't understand it, then you're not doing it. So some people like to protect themselves, and they'll put themselves in what is called a bubble of white light. If you put yourself in a bubble of light, you're not going to, basically you're closing yourself off to get something, okay? And if you don't know what I'm talking about, don't worry about it. You're not doing it, all right? But if you feel like you need to do that you don't want anybody's cooties or anything like that, do it like a window screen or a dream catcher where it's, again, you're filtering, but you get what you need. And I always set a web of protection around, so if anybody actually was coming with Klingons or cooties, they're stuck outside the web, and they'll just get back with them when they leave. All right, you guys need to laugh more. All right. I have a sense of humor, so if you don't, next time go to Walmart and buy it before coming. Okay. And if any of you were smart Alex and on the way past the cemetery and said, y'all come, we're going to get people that we can't acknowledge. I'm sending them home with you. All right? I just put that out there because if you invite whoever wants to come through, then we'll have that. Okay? Don't yell at me and tell me I'm doing it wrong. I'll cry. I have my way of doing it. If you have these abilities or you're very sensitive, I ask that while you're here, you not use them, you not try to tune into the energy that what I'm getting, because it's kind of like we're fighting for the same kite. All right? And when somebody leaves here, don't stop them in the parking lot, give them any messages. You don't have permission to do that. Okay? I've had people stop people in a parking lot and tell them that they're going to die or something like that. People call me at 2 o'clock in the morning crying. And I will find you. Because it's, again, you don't have permission for that. And some people, again, are very loving and caring, and so they want to send me love. Don't send me love. Love me before, love me after. Do not love me during. Because, again, that's changing the energy for me. It's shifting my radio station, so to speak. So, and if you don't do that, you don't know what I'm talking about, it just means you don't do it. But I've had people do that, and it can be very disruptive from the channeling aspect. So any questions or comments before I go to the next part? Okay, you're all good. And you know that you can go to the bathroom if you need to go. I'm the only one that has to do the pee-pee dance. Okay. All right. And so before we get started, I like to go into a prayer. And then we're going to Om. And we're going to Om 7 times in our own breath span. I'm going to explain that to you, and we're going to do it in a round, like row, row, row your boat. But it's not Om, 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 Om. It's not like that. So, and I'm going to show you what one is before we get started. So this is an Om. Om. Now, depending on your lung capacity, it might be Om, and you're done. And as soon as you're done with the first one, you start your second one. But how we're going to do this is, as soon as I start, the person on the outside, on the side here, each person will start, and then the person beside them will pick up as soon as that person starts. Am I making sense? So if somebody's not going to do it, so I'm going to pretend that you're not going to do it, just look to him and say, there's no way in hell I'm doing that. Okay, so that he knows when I start to start. All right, you don't have to play. You're just not going to get anything if you don't. But we do it 7 times. So when you're done with your first one, you do your second one. Now, if you've only done 4 and the room stopped, don't do the other 3. Okay, we just stop. And usually people just listen for me to shut up. But what it does is it does help to set the energy. It'll be the wonkiest thing you've done all night, and it will relax you. All right, and then I'm going to say, now, wasn't that good? And you're all going to say, yeah, it was great. Let's do it again. And if you don't play, guess what? We do it again. Jeez. All right. Rick, am I missing anything? Well, yeah, you were doing camera stuff, weren't you? I did talk about the church itself. It's a wonderful church. You want to come here and join in. And we don't try to save you. Just FYI, we don't try to save you. We encourage you to live life loving yourself and knowing that you're worthy and deserving. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and get started with the prayer. Any questions? All right. Oh, yes, ma'am. And then Victoria. No, as soon as she starts, Victoria will start. And as soon as Victoria starts, you'll start. Yeah. So that's why it's that round kind of a thing. Because what it'll do is it'll kind of sound, if you've ever heard monks chanting the Om, it's really pretty because it's that continual sound. And the more people in a room, the better it can be. But a lot of times the smaller groups have had better participation. But the reason we do that is that in a laboratory, when they take granules of sand and they hit it to the Om vibration, it mimics cellular division. It's considered the sound of life. The sound in the beginning was the Word was God. The Om sound of creation, and that's what and it's in Hindu that the Om comes from. But there is a resonating in there that does help to clear the energy. And again, you don't have to play. Just let the person beside you know that you're not going to do it. My eyes are closed, so I'm really not keeping score. All right? And I'm counting on my fingers. So, all right. Divine Beloved, we are grateful for this sacred appointment. We open our hearts and minds to receive the information given and shared. We are grateful for this opportunity to connect with our loved ones, and we affirm that there will be clear communication, love, joy, healing, and humor. And we are grateful, and so it is. Amen. All right, here we go. That was good. Could you hear the angels? All right. All right. So first I'm going to start off with a young, I don't know, young man is what I'll call it. I don't know what his age range is, but he's been hanging out since last night. He's here for his mom. His name is Brian. So who's got a Brian that's passed? Okay. First I'm supposed to tell you, so she's giving you the mic. So first I'm supposed to tell you that he loves you. You're a good mother, and it wasn't your fault. Am I making sense with that? So in some ways he's taken responsibility for his passing. Would that make sense to you?
Okay.
Okay?
Yes.
And I don't know what the responsibility is. I meant to me it could be not going to the doctor, driving through a stop sign, that kind of stuff. But it's also like he's needing to say it's not your fault. And that's really important. You might know that, but he still needs to say that, okay? And you did everything right as a mom. You did everything right. I'm also supposed to say I don't understand this, but I don't know, at some point he kind of isolated himself from you. And I'm supposed to tell you, you did not abandon or betray him. But this was like on him. Am I making sense with that? And he just wants, to me, it's like he really wants you to know that it's on him. That's the way that I'm going to give it to you, the way that it's not on you. The other thing is that he's giving me March. What's March? Birthday, anniversary, passing date. It might not have anything to do with him. It could be that it's, a sister's birthday or somebody's anniversary, living or past. Okay. Was anybody in a marching band? He's really giving me March.
His son. Yes.
Okay. All right. Thank you. All right. He's giving me shared date. So are there twins in the family, or does somebody have a date in common? Like my mother was born on Christmas. Does somebody share the same wedding anniversary, or did somebody die on somebody's birthday? Like he's giving me a shared date. Did we have like birthdays that were close to each other and we celebrated them at the same time?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Okay. All right. Thank you. He's given me 3 with children. Is he one of 3? Did he have 3 children? He's given me 3 with children. Are you one of 3? He's given me 3 with children.
I can't think who that is.
Okay. Did you lose a child that would have made 3?
There's 5 boys, and he's the only one I've lost.
Who's number 3?
He's the second child.
So what's going on with number 3?
That would be his brother that he's very close with, Andy.
Okay, have you recently talked with him, or is there something going on with him, or some kind of life change, or was that the one he was closest to?
Yes, he was. They worked together.
Okay, all right, so he's just making acknowledgement of that. Who is or was in construction?
Yes, concrete construction.
Okay. All right, thank you. So he's given me photographs, but it's like anytime we have taken a picture of this person, they're making a face. So I don't know if this is a kid in the family, but it's always like they make a face. Where does that go?
Could be his younger brother, Marty.
Okay, all right. And who's the M? Living or past?
Well, his brother Marty.
Okay, all right, thank you. All right, he's highlighting tomorrow. So what's significant about tomorrow? What's tomorrow's date? Let me look. The 27th. Does the 27th of any month mean anything?
That would be Marty's birthday in
December. The
Yeah.
27th of December.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so it's that's making acknowledgement of that number. Okay, thank you. He really loves you, and to me, there's this real sincere apology. Like to me, for him, he keeps saying like a separation, and I don't have another way to explain that. And then he's talking about alcohol. Was somebody a drinker? Did somebody work in a bar? Did you just go to a wine tasting? He's giving me, did somebody collect shot glasses? He's talking about, did somebody work in a bar? Was somebody a bartender? Did somebody collect shot glasses? I don't know, did you just go to a wine tasting? It's really loud. Did somebody, after he died, did somebody toast him with alcohol?
Yes, at his celebration of life. It was a big party, and they all had a good time that night celebrating
thank
him.
you,
Yes,
thank you, because
yes.
he just keeps giving me that. Okay. What's significant about 20 years? I don't know what to do with that. So is there some life change of event for somebody 20 years ago? Is somebody 20? Was there a life change of event for you at 20? Somebody been doing what they've been doing for 20 years?
I'm wondering if his son is 20. I'm not sure.
I'm just going to give it to you.
Okay.
Okay? Just 2020, everything means something in 2020. So I'm going to erase that one. I'm just going to give that to you, and we'll just kind of put that to the side. But I am supposed to say he's where he's supposed to be, okay, and that he is okay. And he looks good. I'm supposed to tell you that. Who's got the bright blue eyes? Who's got bright blue eyes, living or past? He's giving me bright blue eyes.
I'm not sure.
One of your kids, one of the grandkids?
Yeah, there's several with blue eyes.
Okay, well, I just get this brightness. I'm just going to give that to you. Mm-hmm. Okay, all right. Okay, thank you. I think that, okay. All right, so I'm going to go move. And so it's like they're giving me like a twin and a twin that passed. So does somebody have a twin that's passed, or in the family there was a twin that passed? And like in somebody's family, did somebody lose a twin? I'm not going anywhere. Okay, did somebody have somebody born on the same birthday? Like, I don't know. They're like siblings and their birthday, they're not letting that go. Anything online, Rick? No. Okay. I've got like a twin passed. Is there a story in the family where somebody lost a twin? Or like there was 2 babies born and one passed? They're not letting it go. And I'm seeing all kind of stuff. I'm seeing Arnold Schwarzenegger with Danny DeVito and twins. I'm saying, but it's like there's a twin. Okay, what do you have? Okay, all right. Okay, so that's somebody on Facebook, right? That had a twin. Okay, All right, so they're making acknowledgement to that. All right, and the next thing they're giving me is like a rosary and lots of Marys and stuff. So are they Catholic? Is there Catholicism in the family? I know you're going to have to just... It's a delayed reaction. Okay, well, I'm just going to keep giving you what... Okay, all right, and there's like a new baby in the family, or there's a new baby coming in the family. Like I feel like there's a new one, and then there's another one coming, or anticipated, or they've been talking about it. And I'm also getting Dana. Is there a Dana?
Yeah.
Okay, yes. All right, I'm supposed to... This feels like a mother. It might have been a grandmother on the other side that loves her very much. And so I'm just going to give you that. Okay. And then it's like, did somebody recently get an award or a promotion for something? Okay. And then it's like, did somebody recently get an award or a promotion? I know we're looking to Rick too. And Facebook goes slower, right? All right. Well, I'm just going to give that. All right. And what is October? Birthday? Okay. What is October? Birthday, anniversary, passing date? And what is October? Birthday? Okay. I'm so sorry. Okay. All right. And I'm supposed to ask this question, what's going on with the bathroom? So is it in the middle of a remodel? Did it just get remodeled? Is the toilet clogged? I don't know. What's going on with the bathroom? Did it just get remodeled? Is the toilet clogged? I don't know. What's going on with the bathroom? Is technology wonderful? They were talking about it. Okay. All right. Okay, so I can hear the feedback from Facebook. That's just weird. All right. Okay, they're putting me like in the city. Wait, that didn't sound right. So it's like if I had... Does somebody work for the county or the city, or did somebody work for the county or the city? And who's the male that like passed in the last couple of years? You didn't know you'd be the star tonight, did you? Yes, I work at Cambia County. Okay. And was there a male that died in the last couple of years? Or we're waiting for that? Okay. I've got a male on the other side coming through with a lot of love, so that's where I'm going to go with that. So, I had a son pass 2 years ago by someone else. Somebody else said that. Okay. Said, yeah. Okay. All right, well, I just got that mail coming through. And again, I'm supposed to say that he's okay and that he loves them. And again, they're celebrating. So to me, like if they're celebrating, there's stuff going on in their life to be happy about. You're welcome. All right. So let's see if we can go back into the room. But technology is really good. See, spirit goes all over. See? All right. Okay. So the next thing is that I have a mom. No, it's not a mom. Mom's living. Dad has passed. Mom is on a trip. Mom's having an adventure, but Dad's passed. Who's got that? So like somebody living, somebody hears Mom is on a trip and Father is passed. Okay, he's highlighting the chest. Were there chest issues with his passing? Okay, and I get this a lot, so I'm supposed to say he can breathe. Okay. Did he joke a lot? Was he funny?
He thought he was.
Okay, well that counts. That counts. It's, yeah. and he's talking about the beer belly. And so to me, it's like when they talk about like who has the belly or had the belly, it doesn't mean it was a beer belly, but it's, do you remember that commercial and the little kid said, my root beer belly? Was somebody talking about their belly? Did somebody have a belly?
He didn't. He was very fit.
Okay.
So he probably thinks I have a belly. But I don't know. He wouldn't say that.
Were you in a conversation with anybody recently about their belly? Or, okay, that makes sense.
Yes.
Okay, thank you. That's just where that's going. Okay, I've got like birds, but not like outside birds, but I've got birds. So did somebody have a pet bird or collect birds or something?
No, but we think when we see a certain bird that we think it's him.
Okay, because he's making acknowledgement of the birds. Okay,
yeah.
All right. Now, he says he was very stubborn. And he's still right. And your mom needs to know that. Do you understand? It's, again, to me, that there's like a humor that comes in. Okay, so, and I know this about you, but I'm supposed to tell you happy anniversary. Okay. And he's, do you know what Clydesdale horses are? Okay, why is he giving me Clydesdale horses or horses in general? So does somebody like to ride? Is somebody afraid of horses? Is there a horse story? I don't have a three-legged horse. So just
Yeah. I don't know. My daughter used to ride horses, and her cousin did, and her cousin just got engaged. Just got married, actually. Today.
Okay.
I don't know.
Is there anything about horses? Was anybody talking about horses? Is there a story about falling off a horse? Is there... He's giving me,
Victoria. No. Didn't you fall off a horse and hit your head? But no. I don't know.
Is there, do you know what Clydesdales are? Like those big ones?
Yeah, big.
Yeah, and they have them at like Disney and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. Okay, so is there anything about somebody going on like a cart ride with a horse? Is somebody, okay, maybe I'm getting it wrong. Is somebody named Clyde? You would know that. I mean, like how many people have a Clyde? I mean, a Clyde living path.
Stepmom named Clyde. Or stepgrandma named Clyde.
Well,
I don't know.
You don't know?
But that's not a horse.
Well, I'm just trying to get to the Clyde thing, but
Oh, okay.
okay.
That's where my mom is with Dale, her sister. And I don't know what that has to do with Clyde. Is that a thing? Clydesdale?
Clydesdale, that could be. Yeah, that could be where that's going. Okay, I got to pop with my balloon. So it's again going through that process. Okay. So were they talking about coming back earlier?
She usually does. She likes to come home early, usually.
Okay, well, I was like, he's just talking about coming home earlier. I'm supposed to say that he's got your doggies over there, and she's okay. It's a she, right? She's okay, and she's not in any pain. And she was like, I don't know, 18 years old or something. I mean, she was, I don't have the right age, but she was older.
We just put her down a week ago.
Okay, but she can see, she can hear, she's good. Okay, what was the thing about somebody taking her and picking her up and putting her on the bed? What was?
Just a little.
Yeah,
So.
but to me, she's like she's putting me in. I meant that she's not putting me in bed. It's like she's giving me her in the bed. So did she spend time in the bed, sleep with you?
All the time.
Okay, all right. So it's like giving me that energy of that. I'm left-handed, like you care. Who is or was left-handed?
Yeah, your brother.
Okay, all right. Thank you. And is your mom passed?
Yes.
Okay, so say that she's over here. Now, I kind of get, this is kind of funny, but like in real life, she wouldn't be here for this.
Oh,
Does that make sense?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Okay, all right, but she says if I was alive, I wouldn't be here. All right, so to me, it's like acknowledging, but she is on the other side. She is showing up because she doesn't like to miss out on anything. That's what she's telling me. So when I have more than one person, then I get to where I don't know who's talking. but they're giving me potato salad. Now, as my childhood growing up, when my mother made potato salad, she'd make two different kinds, one with onions and one without, because my dad didn't eat it with onions. So I don't know if it's about somebody loving potato salad, somebody hating potato salad, or when somebody made a dish of anything, they had to make two different ones. So where does that go?
I don't know. When you said potato salad, I just thought of Memorial Day weekend. She always made.
Oh, and that could be where it's going, but that's where it started. So, but she would always make potato salad on Memorial Day, and they were here, right, Memorial Day weekend.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Thank you. They're giving me Frosty. That's what I'm hearing. I'm getting a Wendy's Frosty. I'm getting Frosty the Snowman. I'm getting chili. I'm getting ice cubes. I have no idea what that means. Does somebody really like the temperature cold?
Yes.
Okay. All right.
Neither one of those people liked it cold. My dad or my mother-in-law.
Okay, so they didn't like to be chilled. They didn't like to be, okay. Thank you. All right, thank you. And somebody can breathe now, so where does that go? Does that make sense? They're telling me that they can breathe, so there was breathing issues around.
My dad had food stuck in his throat when he passed.
Okay, all right, so like he can breathe. Okay, all right. Okay, I can't do impressions. That's all, folks. I don't know what to do with that. Did somebody like Porky Pig? Somebody like, what were those cartoons? Who made the cartoons?
Looney Tunes.
Looney Tunes. Yeah. Is somebody's name Porky or Piggy or Pork Chop or...
I mean, we would watch it every Saturday morning. We would watch it.
Right, and who didn't, right? But but I've got Porky Pig. Does somebody like barbecue? Does somebody collect pigs?
Oh, well, my sister-in-law, Loretta, collects pigs.
Okay, and that could be where it's going.
His mother, yeah.
Okay, all right, thank you. That would be where that's going, but I was going to stop up. I don't like it when they make me do things like that. I don't like it when they make me tell on myself either. Okay. I hate numbers. They're giving me 17, so what does 17 mean? Does 17th of a month mean anything?
It was her birthday.
Okay, thank you. She's walking around with a broom in her hand. I don't know if that meant she was always cleaning or she never cleaned, or what does that mean?
My brain's going witch, but I'm not going to go.
Okay, that's okay. Well, she's just...
Sorry, Mom.
She wasn't a witch.
No, she wasn't.
No, but she's giving me a broom, so was she always cleaning? Was she a good housekeeper? Did she... Okay.
My daughter considers herself a witch. I don't know if that's got anything to do with the broom, but...
Well, it could.
It could. But it could just be...
Okay, well, I'm just going to give you the broom.
Our floors need cleaning. So.
I'm just going to give you the broom, and you can just do with it what you want. But in my mind, it's like if somebody was sweeping. And it could be like, I'm not cleaning up your mess. I don't know what that means. So that could be you were having a conversation with somebody about that. I don't know. I don't keep seeing, I'm not seeing like a witch on a broom. I'm just seeing a broom in a hand.
Okay.
Like if, I don't know, if somebody is anal and just needs to clean.
She's telling us to clean our house because it needs it.
Well, just hire a maid. Okay. All right. They love you, but your dog is okay. Now, your dog is still hanging out at the house. So there might be those moments that you feel like it's in bed or you kind of see her in the corner of your eye because she's still kind of hanging out there. Okay? All right. So I think that I'm done with that. So thank you. All right. What I'm hearing... Okay, well, thank you. I got 3 things at once, so now what do I pick? So first thing I heard is Meemaw. So who's got a Meemaw or uses the term Meemaw? Okay, so what is Meemaw to you?
That was the name that my children called their grandmother.
Okay. Is she passed?
Yes.
Okay, all right. Then I've got Meemaw coming through. So is this your mom Or is that your mother-in-law?
Mother-in-law.
Okay. All right, thank you. Now, she's with another guy, so who's that?
My father-in-law.
Okay. All right, so she's giving me that as well. And she's giving me Minnie. I'm hearing Minnie. And I don't know if that's like Minnie Mouse. I don't know if it's somebody's name, if there's a Mini-Me.
Her name, she went by the name Mickey.
Okay, thank you. All right,
Yes.
thank you. All right. I'm supposed to tell you that she looks good.
I'm sure she does.
Yeah. She's well put together. I mean, that's kind of important. She's given me 4 with children. Did she have 4 children, or do you have 4 children? Are there 4 grandchildren, or is somebody one of 4?
No, she had 1 child.
Okay. She's given me 4 with children. Did you have 4? Are you one of 4? Do you have 4 grandchildren?
Altogether, I was one of 4, yes.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. I got a man on the other side. I don't know if it's connected with her or with you, and he's smoking.
Me.
Okay. Sorry. But I got a smoker past. He's still smoking in heaven. I'm just going to say. That's the way that I get it. He goes beside you. So beside you could be like husband, boyfriend, brother. Who is the male beside you that was a smoker past?
Probably my half-brother.
Okay. So that's who's showing up at the moment. Okay. And who's the L, living or past?
My half-brother.
Okay. All right. They're giving me fire. So I don't know if somebody's house caught on fire. I don't know if somebody is or was a fireman or a paramedic. If there's a story about somebody starting a fire. Somebody live across the street from the fire department.
No.
I'm not going anywhere. Okay, I'm going to tell you a story. So my dad and his friend, many, many years ago, were sitting at his friend's, and they were decided to burn some debris. Well, they poured a lot of gasoline or whatever. Well, it got out of hand, and they're sitting there, and they're watching the fire, and then they turn to each other and say, well, I guess we need to call the fire department. Okay? So to me, it's like, did somebody set an accidental fire? Or is there something about starting a fire or something catching on fire? I believe you when you say no, but it's not going well. Who's got that? Okay, what do you have with that? Okay, thank you. All right, thank you. And sometimes, again, there might be some correlation here. All right. And and I don't know where I'm going at this point, but I'm also going to say there's a male friend of yours on the other side. Okay? Okay, so I'm supposed to say that there's a male friend. So I don't think we're finished with you, but I'm going to go over here. Okay. All right, so your sister started a field, well, accidentally, the field caught on fire. Okay. All right, thank you. And who is for you, who is the male past?
I have 2 brothers.
Okay.
And a father.
Okay. And to me, what I feel like is one to the side, so that might be brother coming in. Who's the J, living or past?
John.
Okay. Who died unexpectedly, like we were just totally not expecting that?
John.
Okay.
And
then
Jane also.
Okay. And I'm going to ask you, did somebody drown? Or did somebody die of pneumonia or COPD or water in the lungs?
My father had pneumonia.
Okay, all right. So to me, there was a drowning in the lungs. All right. And did you guys also have a minister in the family or a very religious person?
We do have a priest in the family.
Okay, thank you. They're making acknowledgement of that. Okay. All right. What's May? Birthday, anniversary, and passing date?
Anniversary.
Okay.
And passing.
Okay, and it could be somebody's name as well. I don't know, but I'm going to. All right, thank you. In your life or in your family, is there like where somebody has a same-sex preference?
Yes.
Okay, and I'm supposed to tell from coming over to this side, everybody's telling me that they're loved and supported. Okay, so to me, I don't know why I'm getting that, but it's coming through. Okay, and who thinks they're the queen? Who thinks they're the queen or the? I don't know. I want to call it the queen, like they're in charge, or it's about them. I don't know if it's living or past, but who's the queen? Who has everybody at their beck and call?
That's not ringing true for me.
Okay. Does that go to you? Okay. Okay. All right. All right. Thank you. All right. So I'm just going to talk to both of you. All right. So because like she's still in charge. So she's telling God what to do. I mean, that's the way that it kind of comes through.
Yes.
Okay. All right. And she doesn't know what he did without her. Okay. So there's that. And she means it. I mean, okay. All right. The next thing that I have is like, to me, I'm seeing Dachshunds. The dogs, like wiener dogs?
Yes, yes.
Okay, who?
I did. I
Okay.
have one.
All right. Did you have one pass too?
Yes.
Okay, well, it's there. Okay. All right, so I'm just going to talk to both of you, and we'll just go back and forth. Somebody won an award for something, or they were in the Guinness World Book of Records, or they held a record for something. I don't know what that means, but does that make any sense to you?
Oh, just that my dad won a lot of awards for being salesman.
Okay, all right. And a lot of times, it was a long time before somebody topped that. Okay, well, I think that's where that's going. All right. And your father has passed as well, right? You had said, okay. So was he kind of like closed off in life? Like not real affectionate?
Yes.
Like absent in a way?
Right.
Okay. And I'm just supposed to tell you that he loves you and he's proud of you, but it may not have been anything you ever heard. I mean, that's the way he gives it to me is like, again, if there's a pane of glass or a separation with that. Okay. Who is very, very picky about their property or their land? Like they're very picky. I don't know if they had to go get it measured to keep the neighbors off. I don't know if, but it's their property. It's theirs, drawing a line or a boundary. Does that mean anything to you?
It sounds like my mother-in-law.
Okay, all right. But it's like this is my spot. You don't. Yes. Okay, you understand that.
Yes.
Okay, all right. Thank you. And she's kind of funny. She's telling me to tell you. I know it's hard to believe, but she really does like you.
You're right. It's hard to believe.
But she was like, to me, she was like meddling. Mm-hmm. Okay. Mm-hmm. So it was like, you didn't have a chance in hell. It's like, mm-hmm. But she wants you to know that she likes you. Okay. Does somebody work at like a credit union or with money to either one of you, like in a bank or a credit union? Was somebody just there?
Oh, my brother did work in a bank.
Okay, all right, thank you. Thank you. Who's Bobby?
I have a brother-in-law, Bob.
Okay. Did somebody have an accident and break their leg? Or an ankle or a foot, living or past?
I have a brother that had a snowmobile accident and hurt his leg, and it was deformed.
Thank you. That's kind of what I'm seeing. Okay. All right. I'm supposed to tell you that Who's the female above you passed? Is that mom or grandma?
My mother.
Okay. All right, this is coming from Mom, but I'm supposed to tell you that you are loved and that you're valuable and that you have always deserved better. And she wants you to know that this is your turn and to forgive her for being hard. Does that make sense? So to me, it's like she prepared you for the world to be hard. Like there was like a, well, don't get your hopes up kind of a thing. Does that make sense? Or be prepared, because don't get too excited. Okay? Well, to me, there's an apology for that. And she wants you to know that you're loved and that you're valued and worthy, and she wants you to be happy. That's important to her, is that you are happy. Okay? And I'm also supposed to say you took good care of them, whatever that means. Does that make sense to you?
Sure.
Okay. And they're smoking away over there. Okay? All right. Do you know the card game Rook?
I know of it.
Okay.
No.
Who had family that played Rook? Nobody? I got it. Somebody have family that passed that played cards on a regular basis?
Yeah.
Was that, okay, all right. And I see your hand up, Di, so I'm acknowledging that as well, because it's like, to me, it's like there's playing cards over here. All right. For 77, I don't know if that means July 7th, if that means somebody was born in 77, somebody graduated in 70. What do you have? Oh, are you really? Oh, wow. I thought she was like in her late 40s. I didn't. Okay, so, all right. All right, thank you. Who's the female above you passed?
My mom.
Okay. She's talking about the piano. So what is significant about the piano? Is there a family piano or?
Well, we have piano, and I play the piano.
Right, okay. But she's really talking about it, so I don't know what that means. But she's got all of your, I want to call all of your albums or all of your cassettes or all of your CDs. So did you make?
Yeah.
Okay. She's making acknowledgement of that. She gives me 4 with children. So are you one of 4? Is she one of 4? Your dad? Are there 4 grandchildren? You have 4. Where's the 4 with children?
Well, Chris had 4 children.
Okay, well, that counts. Okay. All right.
I'm their stepmom.
Okay. All right. Well, that's where she's going. Okay. Thank you. October, birthday, anniversary, passing date, living or past. October.
I think it was my dad's death date.
Okay. All right. And who's the smoker on the other side with you?
Everybody.
All right. I'm like, I'm going to go home smelling like an ashtray or like I've been in a bar, with the smoke. All right. Okay, thank you. Your mom is walking on the beach, so who really likes the beach or the sand?
I think they all do.
Okay, well, I've just got that. Were you talking about going to the beach or going on a cruise?
Well, we
or?
like the beach, too.
Okay, all right,
Yeah,
thank
we go
you.
to the beach a lot.
All right, thank you. Who's the R, living or past? And I don't know if it's for Regina or Robert.
Well, I'm Rebecca.
Okay, thank you.
Oh, Red, my dad, Red.
Okay, all right, thank you. Does or did somebody have like a lazy eye or was blind in an eye or had a, like a lazy eye?
My brother, my brother had terrible vision. My dad maybe too, but.
Like they're giving me, did somebody just have cataract surgery in one eye? Is there a story about somebody having a glass eye, being blind in an eye?
My Uncle Fritz was blind. My great Uncle Fritz.
Okay. And why would we bring that up? I don't know, because they can. they're remodeling a house. So does somebody's house always get remodeled or added to, or are we doing work in the house?
We flipped houses.
Okay. All right. Thank you. Well, that's why it looks like it's always working. Okay. All right. Thank you. Who, I don't know if it's living or past, is in like the medical field. Now, to me, that could be they work at Walgreens in the pharmacy. A massage therapist, a nurse, somebody works in a dental office. Who is
Andrea, his daughter.
Okay, all right, then that would be making the acknowledgement for that. Okay, who's got a shared name, like they're named after someone? Like there's a name shared in the family, and I don't know if it's a middle name, I don't know if it's a first name. And it almost looks like there's 2 or 3 people. Anything on your side of the family where the name is handed down a couple of times?
Well, Fritz, my brother Fritz, who's passed, is the same as my great-uncle Fritz.
Okay, all right, thank you. Who passed really suddenly? Like we just did, I mean, it was really sudden, so I don't know if it was an accident or they went to sleep, but like it was totally unexpected. Like, to me, it was like they died and woke up in heaven, like they had no idea.
I don't know.
Okay, I'm just going to give it to you, and sometimes it'll, like, come back. Who's Lucy? Lucille, Lucy, Lucinda. Lucy, I'm home. I'm hearing Lucy. Is there a joke about somebody being called Lucy or Lucille or you pick?
Lee. Maybe you're hearing Lee?
No, I would get that one because it's my daughter's middle name. You picked the fine time to me, Lucille. No, it's Lucille. Who's got the Lucille or the Lucy? What is that to you? Okay. All right. I love how, like, I do this. They've got a mic for you. Okay. All right. So I don't know where I'm going right now, but so I'm going to talk to both of you. Who was adopted or raised by somebody else? Well, you know what? You said you were stepmom to his kids, so I'm going to put that. Was anybody adopted or raised by someone else? Mm-mm. Okay. Mm-hmm. All right. Is your mother passed? Mm-hmm. Okay. You had a close relationship with her? Because she's like to me, it was like very close. And she really loves you. And like you were her best friend. That's the way that she really loved you. And
we could read each other's minds.
Yeah, I mean, like it was just like you were just really close. I am supposed to tell you, and I get this a lot, but I'm supposed to say she can breathe and she looks good. She's talking about the stomach. So did somebody have stomach issues or intestinal issues, living or past?
My brother Carl.
Okay, and that can just be what she's acknowledging. All right, who goes by their middle name? She's pulling a middle name forward. So somebody goes by their middle name, or it could be they don't have a middle name. This kind of comes through a lot. Or somebody's middle name is after somebody.
She went by her middle name a lot of the time, which was Jane.
Okay, thank you. Who was in the military?
My dad.
Okay, all right. Who's Frank or Frankie? Frankie, could be Francis.
Was a cousin.
Okay. Is there somebody in your family that attempted suicide or has talked about suicide?
I had a cousin's wife who committed suicide.
Okay, all right, thank you. Well, I am supposed to say she's on the other side. So she is where she's supposed to be. Okay. Your mom's talking about like a bracelet or a ring. It's round, so I'm trying to figure it out. So is there a bracelet that you have of your mom's or a ring?
She had a silver bracelet she wore all the time.
Okay.
And I have that.
Okay, thank you, because she's making acknowledgement of that. Okay. She's giving me like a foreign language. Does somebody talk a foreign language or, is bilingual?
I do French.
Okay. All right. Thank you. So she's making acknowledgement of that. That's pretty cool. All right. So So it's kind of funny. I was seeing like somebody light matches, and she's blowing them out. I don't know what that means. Is somebody afraid of fire? Is there, like, did somebody just used to light matches and blow them out?
I don't know.
I don't know what, anybody got that? Okay, I just put it to the side. We'll just not spend too much, okay. It's just kind of funny. She's talking to me about fish. And I don't know if it's like if somebody likes to eat fish or if it's a story about fishing. I just got fish.
When I was a kid, we used to all go fishing a lot.
Okay, did somebody set the fish free? Or dump out the fish? Or did you throw them back out after you caught them? You don't know.
Well, my brother had one of these giant Oscars, and he passed away, and I released it. Okay,
thank you. That's it. Thank you.
And then I found out afterward it was illegal to do that.
Okay. Because they grow this big, right? Okay, thank you. That's why I've got it. All right, that's the big fish story. Okay. All right, thank you. Thank you. Is there like, I've got an AL, so I don't know if it's Alan or Alex or Alexander or Alejandro or Albert or Allison. I've just got an Al. I mean, who's the AL? Allison, Albert.
Is it Azel?
That could be it, because I would not guess that. So who's Azel? What is that? Who is that?
He was like my great-grandfather.
Okay, all right, thank you. Fun how they get. Did somebody have a nickname like Punky or Pinky? Punky, Pookie, Punky, Pookie,
I can't think of
Pocky.
It's
Does that kind of make sense to you? I'll just let you take
my
it.
My mind went blank.
Okay, that's okay. You'll remember. Okay, what's July? Birthday, anniversary, passing date, living or past? July.
Both my grandparents passed away in July.
Okay. All right, thank you.
On my mom's side.
Okay. All right, thank you. Who had the breast issues? I don't know if somebody had breast cancer, if somebody had a breast reduction, implants.
My grandmother.
Okay. All right, thank you. Somebody has a tattoo in memory of someone.
Oh, gosh, I don't know.
Who's got that? Like they've got a tattoo in memory of a loved one.
My daughter both have tattoos for their father.
Okay, all right, thank you. Okay. I'm supposed to, he was here before, and you weren't.
Yeah, probably.
Okay. All right. I've got the left-handed thing again, so who is or was left-handed or had an issue with their left arm or shoulder?
Probably his mother. She had Parkinson's.
Okay. All right. This is really weird. He's giving me like a treasure box. I don't know what to do with that.
Oh, my God. I just found her jewelry box 2 days ago.
Okay.
And was going through it.
All right, thank you. Oh, I love that. Isn't that cool? Right there with you. All right. He's moving his picture around. Do you have a picture of him that you've moved or changed or put away? Or did you move it to another part of the house? Or were you going through pictures, but he's moving them?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I've been going through pictures.
Okay. I am supposed to tell you, first of all, I'm supposed to tell you that he loves you and that he didn't acknowledge how much you did for him to the fullest extent, and he wants you to know how much he loves you and appreciates that. And he's also saying that he should have listened to you more. You had good input. Okay? Am I making...
Oh, yeah.
Okay. All right. He's sorry he didn't listen. It's almost like he cut you off or wouldn't let you finish things.
A lot of times, yes.
Okay, yeah, it's just... And he's apologizing for that. so this is funny, but he's giving me a zebra. I don't know what to do with a zebra. Did you just go to the zoo? Does somebody have a zebra rug? Does somebody like animal prints?
No, but he bought me, when we first got engaged, he got me this tiger thing from, it was a restaurant that used to be here, Sambo's. And then years later, for our anniversary, he got me this huge white tiger.
Okay. All right, then thank you. That would be it. So it was white with black stripes?
Right.
Okay, I took it as a zebra because I was just seeing the stripes. Okay. See, you know. And there is a difference between a tiger and a zebra, but it's the black and the white that I was. Okay. All right. He really does love you. He really did love you, but it's, again, he was like, did not give you all of the attention you deserved. And he's very adamant about saying that. And I'm supposed to tell you you're right. Now, he might not ever say that again.
I will treasure that.
Okay, yeah. Okay. And I don't know, was he like, not with other people, but with you, was he a butt grabber? Or did he pat your butt as you walked by?
He would, yes.
Okay, because he's telling me to grab your butt, and I'm not going to do that. Okay? But it's like this pat. Okay, so, all right. Okay, so I don't know if this is going on or if this is prior to his passing, but somebody's like a closet eater, like they don't want people to know what they're eating.
That could be me.
Okay. Well, I'm just going to say quit hiding it and eat it. Okay? You don't need to be ashamed of it, you know. You won't eat as much if you just eat it out loud. I don't have another way to say that.
Okay.
Okay. Did somebody have like sinus surgery or nose surgery or what is it? Rhinoplasty?
He broke his nose years ago. Yes.
Okay. All right. Thank you. Would he make a face with his eyes? Like if somebody was talking, or would he go like, okay, thank you. I don't know if you could see that very well. But all right. Does somebody have a name like Risa or Teresa or Reba? Risa, Teresa, Lisa? Okay, I'm just going to give it to you.
Okay.
Were you just listening to Reba McEntire? I don't know what to do with it.
No.
It's like Risa, Reba. Anybody got that? Okay, we'll just keep going. Is somebody in the family engaged or has an engagement? I don't know if that means that they have something planned, but he's giving me the word like engaged or engagement.
No. Now, our oldest daughter has his mom's engagement ring.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. That's what it is. I just kept getting engaged or engagement, but engagement was where he was going. Okay, thank you. He loves his children.
I know.
And he wants them to know that. He's giving me a gas station. Did somebody used to work at a gas station?
He did.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. Thank you. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Why is he farting? Just, does it make sense?
Oh, that could be him or that could be my dad. I don't know.
But they're laughing and they're doing it.
Yeah.
So you get it? Okay.
Yes.
All right. As long as I keep the odor down, I'm all right, because I'm still smelling the cigarettes. Okay. But you understand that, right?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Thank you. I don't know if there's a whoopee cushion joke. I don't really get it, but all right. So somebody is very particular about their tea. Yeah, and I don't know if it means that they do hot tea or they only do iced tea or it has to be unsweetened with lemon. I don't know, but somebody is picky about their tea or their brand.
Well, I don't like anything in my tea, whether it's hot or cold.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. I'm supposed to remind you about toilet paper. Do you need to buy some?
No, but there was a joke where his brother came to visit us and said that I was a communist because I put the toilet paper roll on wrong, that it rolled from the top rather than from underneath.
Okay, all right, thank you. So you get it then?
Yes.
Okay, thank you, because I'm just seeing toilet paper. Okay, all right. That's too funny. See the things that, we get accused of. All right. He really does love you, and he wants me to hug you and pat your butt. But I'm going to just tell you, I love you. I'm going to, when I'm
Thank
done,
you.
I can hug you, but I'm not doing the butt thing, okay? I might lose my job as a minister, right? That's a little too close. All right. But I'm supposed to do that he loves you. And he just wants you to know that he never acknowledged you enough.
Oh.
And to him, that's just really important. Okay?
Thank you.
And he still patrols the house at night. Okay? Making sure that everything's locked. And you don't ever, I can tell you don't ever have to worry about an intruder. He'll scare the hell out of them.
Okay. All right.
So you don't need to worry about that. You're safe
Very
where that
good.
goes. Okay. But I am supposed to tell you, I don't know if I'm getting this right. Did you just get a new rug, or do I need to tell you to take care of one? It keeps flipping up, and he's worried you'll trip on it?
No. I do need to redo the carpeting, but I don't have anything.
He's talking about, like, did you get a new rug? Did you just recently trip on a rug? Is there a rug that's like, I'm just going to tell you, pay attention.
Okay.
Okay? And this doesn't mean like, oh my God, pay attention, But it's like, he's just giving me like...
There's a piece of carpet in my office that keeps coming up.
Okay, well, it's like, to him, it's like, put it down so you don't trip on it.
Okay.
Okay? Because sometimes we drag our feet, right?
Okay.
It's just like, so to him, that's just like something he just wants you to know. And it's not like foreboding.
Okay.
Okay? It's just like and maybe he's just like he would take care of it. I don't know.
Right.
Okay? All right, thank you. All right, so let's see if I have anything else. And I want to tell you thank you for sharing with me. Did somebody lose a daughter? Does somebody have a daughter on the other side? Okay. She's really, and I can't tell like age. I don't know if she's 3. I don't know if she's 50. Okay, but to me, it's like it just feels young to me. I'm supposed to tell you that she loves you, but that she's good. You're a wonderful father, and you carry her with you. So I don't know. Is there something of hers that you carry with you, or that you have, or that you look at regularly? Because she says you have her with you.
Right.
Okay. She's making acknowledgement about that. Okay. Who's the M?
Marlis.
Okay. Was she young when she passed?
20.
Okay, because to me I get youthful with that. I'm supposed to tell you she looks good. I mean, like this is kind of important with her passing. Does that make sense? I'm also supposed to say, sometimes when people die, there's a tragedy involved. And to me, I feel like there were tragic circumstances. But I'm supposed to say that the God light took her before anything bad happened. Okay? Am I making sense? So she wants you to know that she wasn't afraid and that she was already taken. And to her, that's important that you know that. And she's also talking about judgment, like not like being judged, but like using good judgment. Or if somebody, I don't know if it's like not using good judgment or trying to use good judgment, and I don't know where that goes, but would that make any sense to you? Okay. She's giving me the inside of her wrist, and I don't know what that means. Does somebody have carpal tunnel surgery? Does somebody wear like a name tag with her, or have?
I don't know.
Okay, I'm just gonna give it to. I don't know. When you take your watch off, do you have a suntan band?
Probably.
Okay. She looks good. I'm supposed. This is like really.
It's real important.
It's very important. Yeah, but that she was not in any pain. She was not in any trauma. The God light took her, so there was. That's kind of really important. There wasn't any. I'm going to use the word suffering or fear. She's giving me jerseys. So is somebody sports fanatics, or does somebody play sports, or you got that? Okay. And you're a wonderful dad. She wants you to know that. She loves you very much. And she knows she was your favorite. Somebody wrote her a letter after she passed or wrote something about her,
Right.
and she's making acknowledgement to having that.
Good.
Okay?
Okay.
All right. I've got the number 57. I don't know what 57 means. I don't know if somebody's 57 or if May 7th means anything, or if May means something and the 7th month is July. So if there's something in May and something in July.
Her birthday was 5/8/85.
Okay. Well, that might be where she's going with it, and I'm off a
Some of my
number.
jerseys that were 57.
That had 57? All right, thank you. Thank you. I love that. See, I just, because like, why would I make that up? All right, thank you. But she wants you to know that she looks good. She's happy. Everything is good for her, and she just wants everybody to know that she's okay. But they don't need to worry about her. Okay? And I don't know, but you got special things in her honor. So I don't know if somebody planted a tree or they have a plaque somewhere. But like to me, she was acknowledged in a couple of different ways, and she's making acknowledgement to that. Okay. And did somebody name somebody after her? Or is her name after someone?
Both of those, yeah.
Okay, all right, thank you. All right. Who has the scar on their calf? Does somebody have a scar? Okay, thank you. My dad used to get cars and like rebuild them and then sell them. And he had like an MGA and a Carmagia. Does this make any sense to you? Did somebody like old cars and?
That was her grandfather.
Okay, all right. They're really coming in for you. Okay, thank you. They're together. They're together and you're loved. Okay. Somebody is really good with money. I don't know if they're living or past, but where do we go with that? But like they're really good with how to invest, or they were, living. Where does that go?
I know where.
Okay, all right, thank you. All right. All right. Yeah, well, okay. I hate numbers. 89. So does August 9th mean anything? Was somebody born in 89?
I gotta think of her brother Alex.
Okay. All right, thank you. She's giving me like the universe. So like I'm seeing stars, I'm seeing the moon, I'm seeing, I don't know, does somebody have a planet named after them? Somebody like telescopes, did somebody do astronomy? Is somebody's name Crystal or Sunshine or, I don't know. Why is she giving me the night sky?
Could it be her son?
Okay.
He's really into astrology.
Okay, thank you. That would be why I've got it. Okay. She's good. She just really wants you to know that. She's good. I don't know if she's giving me a porcupine or a hedgehog. Would either one of those make any sense? I don't know. Does somebody have one of those things they wipe their shoes on?
It's hard to tell.
Okay,
she really loved animals.
Okay, well, I'm just going to give it to you. Like, I can't tell if it's a hedgehog or a porcupine, and I know there's a difference, but if you were in my head, you'd be surprised. So I'm just going to give it to you, and, I don't know. If you go home and there's a porcupine cross in the yard, you heard it here first. So I'm just going to give that to you. I am supposed to tell you that she's sending a butterfly and to share it with the family because I think more than one person is going to get one. So pay attention, and usually this will come within the next 10 days. Usually it's within 72 hours. And it might be that you get a card in the mail with a butterfly. It might be you walk into a store and there's all these butterflies. But she's also saying, tell the family. So I feel like it's not going to just one person. She's wanting them to know. All right? All right, I want to tell you thank you for sharing with me. They're pulling the plug, and I think it was a good night. And the divinity within me salutes the divinity within you. Thank you for sharing with me, and God bless you. And then again, last Friday of every month, we're doing this. So, yay, right? All right. And again, if you feel like you got stuff and I didn't acknowledge you, then just please take ownership of it. Because again, I go where the energy is strong with that. All right? But we at Unity of Dayton love you and we bless you and we behold the Christ in you. So, thank you.